Hey guys, this video was originally uploaded on our second channel, Nintendo Tonight. Normally, Nintendo Tonight is reserved for podcasts only, but this channel actually got hacked and then terminated, so obviously, I couldn't post it here because the channel was dead. However, now, obviously, I got the channel back. Ta-da! It's very exciting. I'm posting an update video right now, which you'll be able to see in the top right corner of the screen. But yeah, just enjoy this video and go subscribe to Nintendo Tonight while you're at it, because that's going to be our, backup channel for now on. And we post a podcast there that's pretty cool. We got 5 stars on iTunes, so go check it out. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is apparently now coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this is one of those ports that everyone kind of knew was going to happen, but no one was exactly really sure when it was going to get announced. So in this video, I'm not going to talk a ton about Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I mean, it's relatively straightforward. It's just Pikmin 3 again on the Switch with additional content. Instead, I want to talk about how this affects the rest of 2020, those Super Mario Remasters that, are kind of in the same boat as Pikmin 3 Deluxe. They were rumored for so long, not officially confirmed, but there've been so many rumors at this point that most people are generally kind of expecting them. And in particular, I want to talk about how this Pikmin 3 Deluxe announcement is potentially foreshadowing how Nintendo could announce these Mario remasters, and more specifically, when they could be announced. So Pikmin 3 Deluxe ended up getting, I think, more new content than everyone was really expecting. A lot of people have kind of come to the conclusion that Nintendo has been pretty lazy when doing their ports as of late. I mean, they started off strong with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, giving it an entirely new battle mode, new characters, carts, and all that stuff. That still is probably the port that has the most new content. But then you look at, you look at the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freezes, and the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxes, or whatever, that game's terribly long name is, where you see that all that was really added was just an easy mode, and that's it. And coming off that, a lot of people have just assumed that Nintendo is kind of no longer really putting the effort into their ports. They're just putting the games on Switch and maybe adding in an easy mode, and that's it. However, Pikmin 3 Deluxe seems to be swinging back more towards the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe style of content, because not only are we getting a brand new feature known as the Piklopedia, which I believe was in Pikmin 2, in Pikmin 3 you can also play through the entire game in co-op, which was also kind of a selling point of Captain Toad. However, on launch it didn't really have true co-op, and then they later added it in and a free update. However, the meat and potatoes here is not only multiple new difficulty modes, which I take as both an easy and a hard mode, which is really exciting, but they're also adding in brand new story content, which is new levels and all that stuff. Both, I think there's a prologue and an epilogue, which once again is really exciting. Now let's talk about the game that I think most of you guys probably care about. It's the one I've just been waiting for so long, Super Mario 3D World Deluxe. Well, as of recently, I've been kind of expecting, hey, they're gonna add in a new character and probably just call it a day. I mean, I made an entire new video on what new characters they would add, because that seemed to be what they were doing with ports. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. They just added in a new character that functioned in as kind of an easy mode, and then didn't add any new levels or really anything of value besides that. However, with this Pikmin 3 news, I mean, they're going back to adding in stuff that just, it's more of an add to the game than a modifier. They're giving the game extra content rather than just changing how you play the original content, and that's what's really exciting. Now, obviously, we can't say with 100% certainty that just because Pikmin 3 has extra, DLC story missions doesn't mean Super Mario 3D World Deluxe will get new levels and new worlds, but if you add this Pikmin 3 news with the fact that Nintendo's probably going to rely on 3D World Deluxe pretty heavily wherever it ends up getting placed, because they don't really have much else coming, and combine that with all the rumors that are saying that 3D World Deluxe will be a pretty integral part of this 35th anniversary, because, all they're doing is kind of porting over these old games, and 3D World Deluxe is where a bunch of the new cool stuff is going to be added. If you combine all those together, it's looking pretty certain that 3D World Deluxe, when it eventually gets ported, will have a fair amount of new content. I'm thinking maybe a character and an extra world full of new levels and stuff. Maybe if we're lucky, this is the absolute dream for me. I just want online multiplayer or some sort of online mode that you can play over and over again, because even after you 100% the game, beat every level with every character, you can go back and replay the levels, and God knows I have been, but it's not I mean, there's no real incentive besides if you want to start a new save file and just do it again. But if there's some sort of Mario Maker-esque ranking system where it's online co-op and online versus, where you can rank up your profile, that that right there is the dream, and I thought that was, completely impossible, pie in the sky, but after looking at all the stuff they added into Pikmin, so, like, not only they're adding achievements, which clearly is to, bolster replayability, but they're adding in co-op, which is a brand new mode, and they're adding in new story content on top of that. It's definitely no longer this pie in the sky, Thomas's crazy fantasy dream that I think would happen for 3D World Deluxe. It's something now that is definitely within the realm of possibility and something that merits talking about. However, I've talked about 3D World Deluxe just far too much in this video already. I just talk about it all the time, and I could literally ramble about it for hours. I want to switch over to the rest of the 3D Mario games and how this Pikmin 3 Deluxe announcement kind of proves that we're not getting a real Nintendo Direct, at least for the rest of this month, I'd say. Because if we were getting our Nintendo Direct in the rest of August, why would they announce Pikmin 3 Deluxe in a random tweet weeks before? When Nintendo does these random tweets like Paper Mario or Pikmin 3, it's because they don't really have any other place to actually announce them. So I think it's safe to say a general Nintendo Direct is not happening in August. Then when are these ports/announcements going to take place? Well, honestly, I think they could get announced in September. I know that seems really late in the year, but if you think about it, it makes sense. September is the month that is technically Mario's 35th anniversary. I mean, obviously, these rumors have always been about the 35th anniversary of Mario, and these games were probably originally going to get announced at E3, but obviously they keep pushing them back because of COVID, so it definitely would make sense now to just say, hey, why don't we push it back to the actual anniversary being September? Maybe in September we get some sort of Mario presentation or Mario Direct, where in there not only do we get this rumored 35th anniversary 3D collection, the game that features 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and Galaxy 2 all kind of remastered. Not only do we get that game, but on top of that, since September currently has no first-party games at all, and the last time we got those SNES Online or NES Online updates was all the way back in July, I think. So by September, they'll kind of be overdue for a new one. Maybe in September, we get a Super Mario All-Stars drop on the SNES Online service. That game currently isn't already on there, and it's a pretty huge SNES game. Granted, it's just remakes of other games that are on the service, but still, that would definitely be a good way to sort of kick off this, celebration, anniversary, whatever you want to call it. So in this potential September Mario Direct, you have that just shadow drops, so that can be Nintendo's kind of game for September. Obviously, Pikmin is going to be their game for October. November, they can do that 3D Mario All-Stars Remaster or whatever. And then maybe if they want to push it December, or what's honestly probably more likely at this point, January, can be 3D World Deluxe. This honestly looks like the most likely outcome now that we know this Pikmin 3 news. The rest of this year is honestly just like a puzzle. And before, we didn't really know exactly when what was going to be happening. We knew generally all the pieces. I think most people, or at least people who have made it this far in the video, will generally agree that the 3D Mario remasters are real. Obviously, they're technically still rumors, but most people watching this will generally believe they're real, along with 3D World Deluxe, and, before a couple of days ago, people would assume that Pikmin 3 Deluxe was, that in that kind of rumored but real category as well. And everyone kind of agreed that those were going to be the games that we get for this holiday. We just didn't really know in which order they were coming, but this Pikmin 3 announcement is it's like one piece in the puzzle. And while obviously it was only one piece and it wasn't really the piece that most of us Mario fans wanted to know, it just means that we're that much closer to getting the rest of this stuff announced. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I probably could have or should have split it up into multiple, because I kind of talked about 3D World for a bit at the start, then what this means for the 3D Mario remasters in a bit, but I know a lot of people are kind of sick and tired of my 3D Mario Remaster propaganda. Don't worry, I got a lot more original videos coming soon. I literally kind of had to talk about this because so many people were asking me my thoughts on Pikmin and what it means for 3D World. So yeah, I just wanted to condense all my thoughts on this whole Pikmin thing into one video, so I didn't just spam you guys with more 3D Mario Remasters, even though I know most of you would have been fine with that. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, drop a like, and yeah, just subscribe if you're new. Check out our podcast, Nintendo Tonight. It'll be linked in the description, and I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace.